How to talk about hometown. I live in a city called London. This is not London, England. It is a city in Canada. Some of Canada's cities have the same names as English cities. London, Canada has many restaurants and cafes. For entertainment, you can go to the movie theater or art gallery. There is a famous university in London called Western University. It is not close to the ocean or lake, so there are no beaches. It is a multicultural city, so there are churches, temples, and mosques. I've been living in London for 10 years. My favorite part of this city is the nature. There are many parks and forests where you can go for walks, runs, or have picnics with friends. The worst thing about London is that it is far away from other big cities in Canada. You need to drive for almost 2 hours to get to Toronto or Niagara Falls. This isolation isn't all bad, however. If you drive half an hour outside the city, you can find beautiful, quiet forests. Overall, I enjoy living in London. How to talk about daily routines. My daily routine is nothing special. I usually wake up early, around 7 a.m. Breakfast is not important to me, so I usually only drink a cup of coffee. Sometimes, though, I will have an apple. Breakfast is followed by a shower. After I get dressed, I go to work. Work is always the same during the morning. I respond to emails and set up meetings. Around lunchtime, I start to feel really hungry. Often, my friends and I meet at a cafe to have lunch together. When dinner time comes around, however, I cook dinner at home. After dinner, I take my dog for a walk to the park. We can usually see the sunset, which is quite beautiful. I watch TV series or movies at night. There is nothing like a good movie before bed. I sleep at 10 p.m. and then start the whole routine over again the next day. How to talk about family. My family is not very large. I have one sister, a mom and dad, one aunt, one uncle, and 2 cousins. I enjoy camping with my cousins. On the weekends, my family usually watch movies. My sister doesn't like nature, so I do not enjoy going to the park with her. During the holiday, my family will watch movies and eat dinner. I enjoy spending time with my family because I trust them and we are very close. We like doing many things together, such as cooking, cleaning, and going to the mall. I feel lucky that my family is close. We get along well together. Some families do not get along well. I am most similar to my dad. He taught me a lot of things when I was growing up. It's quite interesting because my sister is most similar to my mom. Believe it or not, we are a very close and trusting family. Surprisingly, people are often surprised to hear that. How to talk about appearance. Appearance is a very difficult aspect of life. It is important to have a good appearance because people judge each other very quickly when they first meet. This may not be a good thing, but it is reality. In some ways, I think that taking care of your appearance is a sign of respect towards others. It shows them that you care. My appearance changes often. Sometimes I have a mustache, sometimes I have a beard. Usually, though, I shave once a week. I have curly hair and I am a brunette. I think that the most beautiful women are those with straight black hair. In popular culture, blondes are considered very pretty. Attractiveness is subjective. Everyone finds different people gorgeous. However, there are some universal standards. Most people agree that fitness is important. Having an athletic body is valuable. Nevertheless, everyone is beautiful in their own way. How to talk about education. When I was in high school, I liked studying history because I thought it was enjoyable and interesting. I didn't like studying math because I thought it was difficult and boring. Now that I'm older, I understand that both math and history are important for different reasons, though. In my opinion, the most important subject is geography, because I think that knowing about the world is a practical and important skill. If we do not know geography, it makes it very difficult to understand the world around us. I think that the least important subject is physical education. I think exercise is very important and valuable, but I think that most children play sports outside of school. This means that studying physical education at school may be less important. I think everyone should study many different subjects because it is important to be well-rounded individuals. How to talk about cities and problems. One of the biggest problems with cities is lack of nature. I think there are a number of reasons why lack of nature is a problem. First, human beings feel stressed when they are far away from trees and animals. Trees and animals remind us that we are part of this beautiful earth. Sometimes, being in a big artificial city can feel very stressful and unnatural. Pollution is also a big problem in cities. I think that air and water pollution are both disasters, and they are harmful for the environment and for our health. And on top of all that, cities are often too crowded. Personally, I am uncomfortable when surrounded by a lot of people. Although cities certainly have problems, the benefits include easy public transportation, good hospitals and libraries, and numerous job opportunities. There are advantages and disadvantages to living in cities. How to talk about pets. I am an animal lover. I love all animals. I think that cats make the best pets because they are calm and independent. Horses make the worst pet because they are big and they need lots of open space. It is important to take care of animals. If you have a dog, you have to take it for walks every day. If you have a pig, you have to train it. If you have a snake, you have to fill up its water bowl and feed it. When I was a child, I had a rabbit. She was white with black spots. My favorite memory was when she played with me. I used to give her carrots every day. I had to fill up her water bowl, brush her fur, and feed her every day. Her cute ears are what I remember most. I'll never forget my rabbit. Do you like animals too? In your opinion, which animal makes the best pet? How to talk about weather. I want to talk to you about the weather in my country. First of all, I live in Canada, so we cannot say that the weather is the same across the whole country because the country is so large. I live in southern Ontario, so I will only describe the weather there. In the summer, the weather is warm and sunny, usually. There are some days when it is mild, and we also have a lot of humid days because I live close to 2 lakes. I'm very lucky to say that the autumn is the most beautiful season. All of the leaves change color and the temperature is cool, and there is also some wind. This makes autumn quite a romantic season. The winter is more severe. It is cold and there are occasional blizzards. Finally, the spring comes. The spring is mild and it sometimes rains. There isn't usually severe weather in the spring. Sometimes people think that Canada is cold all the time, but this isn't true. We have 4 very different seasons. How to talk about work. I feel happy because I enjoy my work. I have a friendly manager and hardworking colleagues. Teaching is my occupation. I work at a high school, which has a cafeteria, break room, and 12 classrooms. A normal day at work for me consists of arriving early, giving presentations, and sending emails. I enjoy teaching my students. I am a geography teacher. Although I like being a teacher, my dream job would be a professor. I would prefer being a professor because I like teaching adults. I think that teachers and professors have the opportunity for a good work-life balance because both occupations get to have holidays. My parents were both factory workers, and most of my friends are nurses or doctors. I think that having a job that you like is an important part of life. If you do not like your job, life will be difficult. How to talk about travel. I used to travel a lot for work. In my experience, I found that the bus is the cheapest form of travel. In contrast, the plane is the most expensive form of travel. Traveling on foot or by bicycle is probably the safest, but it takes much longer. As for the most fun, I'd have to say that motorbikes are the best. I remember a trip to Iceland 5 years ago. It was really exciting. I traveled with my college friend. We split the cost of everything, so it turned out to be quite cheap. If you share a room with someone, it can be less expensive. We rented a car and traveled around the island. The best parts of the trip were finding cool places to set up our tents and camp for the night. It was very relaxing to fall asleep under the Icelandic stars. The worst parts of the trip were not having a place to shower for more than 5 days. I believe that we smelled terrible. In the future, I would like to go on a trip across Canada. I think that the best form of transportation in Canada is car.